We will start with a word of prayer. Yes, Adam. That's why minus 3 plus 3 equals itself out, right? So that's why you got 100. You would have gotten a 97. Okay, let's pray. Heads bowed, eyes closed. Yes, Shane, you have one last question before we start? You have spelling list 6 and 7. We will do one of them today. Okay? Let's pray. Heads bowed, eyes closed. But hold on before we do. Shane, don't forget to remind me at lunchtime you have to do that. Okay? Because you're going to get so far behind, you're not going to remember your words if we do wait too long on it. All right, heads bowed, eyes closed. We are missing Olive today, and Tristan, and Josiah. Okay. Let's pray. Dear Jesus, thank you for this day. Thank you for all of your blessings, Lord. Thank you for each and every 6th grader. Thank you for the tons of candy they got last weekend. And Lord, I pray that you would just help us to have a good day. Help us to learn our language. Help us to do well on our test tomorrow. In your name I pray. Amen. Okay, real quickly before we get started, I have something for you. Where's my phone?
Oh, John, is it over?
I heard it go off. I hear talking, and I know we just started. We just prayed, so I shouldn't hear talking right now. Maybe I don't have something for you. Where did I set my phone down at? I just heard it. Oh, here it is, right here. Okay. It is a November joke. Okay, keeping the holiday jokes running before we start class here. Why? Halloween's over, so now these are Thanksgiving jokes. Why did the police arrest the turkey? Nope. Nope. They suspected it of foul play. Ha 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 ha. Did you guys get it? Turkeys are considered foul. Foul's a type of bird. Foul play. What should you wear to Thanksgiving dinner? A harvest. These are corny jokes, I know, but humor me. Laugh anyways. If the Pilgrims were alive today, what would they be most famous for? Yes. Yes? Their age. Get it? If they were alive today, they'd be very, very old. They would be most famous for their age. What smells the best at a Thanksgiving dinner?
Turkey. Mashed potatoes.
Your nose.
Oh.
These aren't as good as the Halloween ones, are they? Who isn't hungry? Last one for the day. Who isn't hungry at Thanksgiving?
The turkey.
Why? Because he's already stuffed.
Oh.
That was the best one. All right, I'll share some more tomorrow. All right, guys, we have a language test. I want to go ahead and introduce our new spelling list first, though. So go ahead and pull out your spelling books. Go to list number 8. You have a grammar test tomorrow. But we're going to introduce our spelling list. Go to spelling list number 8, please. Make sure we're sitting up quietly and listening intently. Yes, ma'am. So this one's spelling, and you're going to open up to list number 8. We have a test over this every week, okay? So we'll Do you have a highlighter? Do you have a highlighter on you? Perfect. Okay, so you only need one, that's fine. Oh, and actually you're not going to need it this time because this list is a review list. Usually we have a list that looks like this. Anytime we have a list, I'm sorry, 6th grade, Mrs. Rule's talking and no one should be talking right now. You can all go ahead and work ahead and start reading over the words and practicing quietly in your head, please. These words that are dark and bold, where the whole definition is dark and bold, those are vocabulary words. So not only do you have to memorize how to spell them, but you're going to have to know what they mean. So whenever we get a new list, like we would go through and we would just highlight the ones that have the dark bolded terms. So this week, it's a review list. So these are all your spelling words, and these are the vocabulary words that you'll need to know, okay? Okay, if you're on my paper list, I want you to take this time and I want you to study. I had very, very few hundreds on the paper list. I had a few that didn't do so well, so that means we need to work harder and study. So when Mrs. Rule gives you time to study, make sure you're facing forward and make sure you're really using your time to study and not wasting it, okay? Those of you in the book, List A is a review list. These are all words that we've already seen, so they should be pretty easy because we've already learned them. We're going to go through and say spell safe. Where is my spelling book? Here it is. Adam, I'm not going to ask you again. Don't say my name. Okay, number 1. Here we go. Put your pointer finger on number 1. We're going to say the word, we're going to spell it, and then we're going to say it again. Ready? Begin. Reference. R-E-F-E-R-E-N-C-E. Reference. Very good. Everyone, let's do that again. I want to hear all of you. Unless you're on the paper list, you should be reading these with us. Yes, Cameron. Not right now. Number 1 again. Ready? Begin. Reference. R-E-F-E-R-E-N-C-E. Reference. Number 2. Monotony. M-O-N-O-T-O-N-Y. Monotony. Learn to break down these words. Something that always helped me when I was learning to spell is I would break apart that word, okay? For me, if I was trying to memorize how to spell the word monotony, I would look at mono, M-O-N-O, and tony, T-O-N-Y. And that would help me in my head to remember how to spell it. Mono and tony put together, monotony. Okay, so break them apart by syllables. Number 3, accessible. Say it with me, ready? Accessible. A-C-C-E-S-S-I-B-L-E. Accessible. Okay, number 4, ready, begin. Considerable. C-O-N-S-I-D-E-R-A-B-L-E. Considerable. Sorry, my fault. Considerable means able to be considered. Okay, you'll see that root, consider, and then able, A-B-L-E. Break them down. Number 5, ready, begin. Manageable. M-A-N-A-G-E-A-B-L-E. Manageable. You'll see the root word here, manage. And then they've added the suffix able, able to be managed. Number 6, ready, begin. Noticeable. N-O-T-I-C-A. Okay, Josiah, I see that you're here. Awesome. And can you hear me? And then Gianni, go ahead and comment. Make sure you can hear me. Okay. Sorry, guys. Number 7. Ready? Begin. Bicycle. B-I-C-Y-C-L-E. Bicycle. Number 8. Binoculars. B-I-N-O-C-U-L-A-R-S. Binoculars. Number 9. Triceps. T-R-I-C-E-P-S. Triceps. Number 10. Acceptance. A-C-C-E-P-T-A-N-C-E. Acceptance. Number 11. Assurance. A-S-S-U-R-A-N-C-E. Assurance. Now we've already had these two, so we should be able to look at them and then kind of look up because they're fresh in our head, unless you're new and you haven't been here. But everyone else, these are review words, so try to look at it, try to look away and see if you can spell them on your own. Number 12, ready, begin. Appliance. A-P-P-L-I-A-N-C-E. Appliance. Number 13. Disturbance. D-I-S-T-U-R-B-A-N-C-E. Disturbance. Okay, now pause there for a second, because we have acceptance, assurance, appliance, disturbance. What do they all end with, class? A-N-C-E. Do we have any E-N-C-E endings on this list? No. So that'll help you when you're taking your spelling test to remember it's not E-N-C-E because we did not have any E-N-C-E endings. We only have A-N-C-E here. Okay. Number 14. Ready, begin. Photography. P-H-O-T-O-G-R-A-P-H-Y. Photography. Okay, you'll see that root word there, photograph. Okay, photography is the art of taking photos of something. Number 15, ready, begin. Seismograph. S-E-I-S-M-O-G-R-A-P-H. Seismograph. Number 16, depreciate. D-E-P-R-E-C-I-A-T-E. Depreciate. A little bit louder. Number 17, Christianity. Capital C-H-R-I-S-T-I-A-N-I-T-Y. Christianity. Now, how many of you, who remembers why do we capitalize Christianity? Adam? Because it's a religion, and more specifically, it has the name of Christ in it. Remember, we always capitalize anything that has the name of Christ in it. Now, some of you did not capitalize that on your last test where you had it. You will lose points if it's not capitalized. It needs to be capitalized. Number 18, ready, begin. Neutrality. N-E-U-T-R-A-L-I-T-Y. Neutrality. Neutrality means you are neutral in a situation. You're not taking sides. Number 19, ready, begin. Inequality. I-N-E-Q-U-A-L-I-T-Y. Inequality. Basically, you have that word equal. Unequal. In, the root means not. So not equal, and then you have your ending there, I-T-Y. And number 20, last one, ready, begin. Severity. S-E-V-E-R-I-T-Y. Severity. Okay, your vocabulary, 21 through 35. These are all review words. I'm going to let you have the next 5 minutes or so. I want you to try to match up the word and definition. Ariel, why don't you slide over and sit, take your book with you and slide over and sit next to Peyton, since she wasn't here, and you can help her find those definitions in her book, okay? And then those of you with the paper list, go ahead and pull it out, and let's look over your words for a moment while they're working on their book work. Okay? At home, Josiah and Gianni, and if Tristan or Olive, if any of you happen to be joining, go ahead and work on your vocabulary. Match each word with its definition. We're going to check those in just a moment. Okay, paper group, let's read through yours. I want to hear you nice and loud, Emmeline and Landon and Tony. Make sure we read them nice and loud, okay? Here we go. Number 1, ready, begin. Equator. E-Q-U-A-T-O-R. Equator. Remember that a Q always has to have its best friend. What letter? U. Q and U are best friends. You cannot have a Q without a U. Everywhere the Q goes, the U goes. Okay, they're like the 3 amigos, only they're the 2 amigos. So don't forget, when you have a Q, the next letter is always U. Equator. Number 2, read it nice and loud with us. Tony, ready, begin. Especially. E-S-P-E-C-I-A-L-L-Y. Especially. Number 3, establish. E-S-T-A-B-L-I-S-H. Establish. Number 4, example. E-X-A-M-P-L-E. Example. Number 5, excellent. E-X-C-E-L-L-E-N-T. Excellent. Number 6, excitement. E-X-C-I-T-E-M-E-N-T. Excitement. Number 7, exercise. E-X-E-R-C-I-S-E. Exercise. On exercise, one of the common errors are people switch the S and the C around. Remember, the C comes first in exercise, okay? Then the S. Number 8, experience. E-X-P-E-R-I-E-N-C-E. Experience. Number 9. Say it nice and loud. Exterior, like outside, means the exterior. This is the interior of the modular. Outside is the exterior of the modular. Let's spell it. Ready, begin. E-X-T-E-R-I-O-R. Exterior. And number 10 is familiar. We should be familiar with the word familiar. Ready, begin. F-A-M-I-L-I-A-R. Familiar. Your vocabulary of the word are review words. Priority. Priority means what, Tony? Good. Number 2, absurdity means what, Landon? Absurdity means what? Good. Pay attention, okay? Number 3, hindrance means what, Emmeline? Good. Number 4, defiance means what, Tony? Cooperation. Rebelliousness. Okay. Disobedience. Disobedience. Very good. Okay, defiance. If someone is acting in defiance, if I said that child was acting in defiance, that means they're being rebellious. They're doing exactly the opposite of what their mom's telling them to do. That's what defiance means. Acting in rebellion. Okay, and then defer. Emmeline, what does defer mean? Very good. To defer or to submit to another's wishes. So, for example, if Tony wants to go play basketball, but Landon says, I don't want to play basketball. I want to go play on the swings. Tony says, okay, we can go play on the swings. He deferred to Landon's wishes, okay? He submitted to what someone else wanted to do. Understand, don't just memorize definitions. Think about what they mean. Some of you struggled on writing that sentence at the end of our test last week when we had to write about God's supernatural, okay? Supernatural is an adjective. We understand that supernatural meant something that's way beyond the natural world, something that only relates to God. For example, when God parted the waters of the Red Sea, that's not something a human could do. Landon can't walk up to a river and it all parts. It's supernatural, okay? So for an example of a sentence, you could say what God did at the Red Sea was supernatural, okay? Some of you tried to change that word a little bit and you didn't quite understand the meaning of it. So not only do we want to memorize the meanings, Tony and Lana, but we want to understand what they mean. If you don't understand what they mean, just come ask, Mrs. Rule, what does this mean? Okay, priority. Number 1, that which comes in order of importance. What does priority mean to you, Landon? What does that word mean? If I said use the word priority in a sentence, what would you say to me? Priority. What does the word priority mean? Tony, can you give me a sentence using the word priority? Okay, so it says that which comes before in order of importance. So Emmeline and Tony and Landon, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm trying to get across. We need to understand what these words mean. Okay, so what does the word priority mean? What does it say down there? That which comes before in order of importance. So how would we use that in a sentence? Priority means this is first. This is the most important thing. This is priority. Most important. So how could I use that word in a sentence? Emmeline, could you give me a sentence using the word priority?
In order for the priority to get things in order.
You're basically just telling me what priority means. You're not using it in a sentence correctly. So where we got to put our thinking caps on. Very good, Tony. On Sunday, my priority is to go to church. Church is the most important thing on Sunday. That's what he's saying. So good job, Tony. We took that word priority, we read the definition, and then we were able to use our critical thinking. What does that mean now? Okay, and priority means something of the most importance. Well, on Sunday, church is the most important thing. Church is more important than sports. Church is more important than going to Walmart. So on Sunday, my priority, the most important thing, is going to church. How about absurdity, Emmeline? That which is ridiculous. Could you use that word in a sentence for me, absurdity?
The show was
Absurdity.
absurdity with comedy.
Say it again.
Comedy.
Can you say the whole sentence for me again?
The show was absurdity.
The show was absurdity. Okay, the show was ridiculous. Okay, you might say the absurdity of the little child frustrated the teacher. Okay, that which is ridiculous. Hindrance, meaning something that gets in the way. Hindrance. Landon? Hindrance. This is yours now. Tony's given me one. Emmeline's given me one. Hindrance. Something that gets in the way. Those of you that are in your book, if you're finished with finding the definitions, go ahead and start studying them for a moment. We'll get back and check them in just a moment. Hindrance. Something that gets in the way. Use that word in a sentence for me. Hindrance. Ariel, if you're done with the definitions, you can go back to your seat, okay? Okay, did you use the word hindrance? A hindrance is something that gets in the way, but I want you to take that word hindrance and I want you to appropriately use it in a sentence. Landon, let's take what you first said. A dog in the road. There was a dog in the road. A dog in the road would get in the way of who or what? A car. So now take those thoughts and use the word hindrance. The dog in the road was a hindrance to the car, right? Because the dog in the road was getting in the way of the driver. So the dog in the road was a hindrance, something that was getting in the way of the driver from driving on the road. Okay? So we have to use these words and the definitions, and we have to analyze them, and we have to be able to critically think and put it in a sentence. Last one, defer, to submit to another's wishes. I already gave you an example of that one with Tony and Landon. Make sure you study those and be ready for your test. I want you to go ahead and study over them a little bit longer while I check the other spelling bookworks section. Okay, number 21. Those of you that are in the book, take a look at it again. 21, defer means to what? Ariel? To submit to another one's wishes. What letter did you write in the blank, class? E. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my tickets. Monarchy. Adam.
A nation governed by a king or a queen.
A monarchy governed by a king or a queen. Yes, Cameron. I did forget about you over there, but you can keep studying over your list, okay? Number 23, credible. What is it, Savannah?
I thought you said edible.
Credible. Oh, okay, just show me what you mashed it to. Landon, steady. Don't waste time, steady. Cameron, steady. Yes, Savannah, I'm waiting on you. Credible, what did you match it to? Can be believed. What letter is that, class? D. You guys should already be done. Have your pointer fingers there so we can shout the answers out quickly. Number 24, edible, class. What letter? B. Can be eaten. Gavin, 25, geology. A. The study of the earth through rocks. Number 26, biennial. Ariel. C. Occurring every 2 years or lasting for 2 years. Number 27, triune. Yes. B. Being 3 in 1. God is triune. God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Ghost. Number 28, defiance. Liviana. D. Non-cooperation, rebelliousness, deliberate disobedience. Number 29, allegiance. Peyton, what did you write for allegiance? E. Devotion or loyalty. Hindrance, class. What letter? A. Something that gets in the way. Descendant, what letter? D. One who comes from a common ancestor. 32, supernatural. Gavin? A. Relating to more than the natural universe, relating to God. Number 33, immunity. Liviana? E. The body's ability to resist infection or disease. Number 34, absurdity. Class? C. That which is ridiculous or silly. Number 35, priority, class? B. That which comes before in order of importance. I want you to look down at your word builders. Everyone's eyes should be at the bottom of their spelling page. Okay? In the blue box where it says roots and prefixes. Don't write on your desk, please. Follow along, okay? You have a test on this on Friday. Okay, the roots. F-E-R means what, class? To bear or to carry. By the way, star this, highlight it, whatever you need to know, to do. You will need to know these on your test again. Fur means to bear or to carry. Fort, F-O-R-T, means what?
Strong.
That one should be easy to remember because a fort is usually built how? It's built strong. And then geo, G-E-O, means what? Earth. Like that's why we say that geology is the study of the earth. Okay? And then graph and gram means what? To write. Look at the prefixes. These are the letters that we add before at the beginning of a word. Bi and B-I-N means what? Two. If you see binoculars or biennial, that means two. Mon and mono means one. We've had the words monologue, one person giving a speech. Monotony, that means one. Super means?
Over, above, beyond.
Over, above, and beyond. We have that word supernatural. And then T-R-I, as in triune, means what? Three, or tricycle. Tonight for homework, guys, you have page 17. Go ahead and circle it. Peyton, circle it in your book. Page 17, you're going to do this whole page for your homework. You do not have a worksheet today. If you're in your book work, this will be your homework. Those of you that are on the sheet, you will have a worksheet for your homework. Okay, go ahead and close those up. I'll let you come back to that at the end of the day if we have time. Okay, tomorrow is your language test. So we're going to do a little bit of review. And I'm going to give you a practice page. Okay, everyone sitting up straight and tall. Eyes up here. We learned some rules. we learned some rules about capitalization and punctuation. This should be one of our easier sections, except for sometimes when we're taking a test over punctuation, there's a lot of errors we have to find, and sometimes we just we go through it too quickly and we don't get all of them. We can lose a lot of points that way. So be very careful tomorrow on your test. Make sure you double check every sentence. Make sure you remember the rules, okay? I'm not going to have you take the test since you haven't been here, but I want you to practice and review with us. And Savannah, I'll probably have you take it since you were here during this time, and then we'll see how you do, okay? So someone raise your hand and tell me, what is one rule that we learn about with capitalization? What are some things that we always capitalize? Yes, Ariel. The beginning of a quote, okay? So for example, the teacher said, Adam, turn around. Now, Adam would already be capitalized because it's his name, but when we're beginning a sentence, when we have a sentence and we have a quote in the middle of that sentence, we always capitalize the first word. Okay, what's something else we would always capitalize? Liviana? Say it nice and loud. Holidays or special events. Christmas, Thanksgiving Day, Memorial Day, Veterans Day, by the way, is coming up on November 11th. We would capitalize the name of holidays. The names of special events like the Memorial Day Parade. If it's an event, we would capitalize it. What else would we capitalize, Savannah? Dates. As in the day of the week. Monday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The days of the month. Can we say our days of the month? Or our months of the year? Sorry? Yeah. Say them with me. Ready? Begin. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Always capitalize those. What else do we always capitalize?
Like abbreviations like NASA.
Abbreviations like NASA. Abbreviations like doctor. Those sometimes that are titles. We would capitalize Dr., Mr., Mrs. Those are more or less titles. But anytime we have an abbreviation of something. Yes, what else, Shane?
Referring to Jesus.
Anything referring to Jesus or deity, God, Jesus, the Lamb of God. Some of you on your practice homework, you didn't capitalize lamb. You capitalized God, but not lamb. Remember that anything that is his name, if it's saying the Lamb of God, that's his name. We would capitalize lamb and God. Jesus Christ. Anytime we have a pronoun like he or him that's referring to God, we have to capitalize that. A lot of you missed that on one of your work pages. It was talking about God, and then later in the sentence, it referred to God with the pronoun he, and a lot of you missed that. Eyes on me, Landon. I should have everyone's eyes up here. We're not working in our book right now. We're not looking at the board. We're looking right at Mrs. Rule, okay? Because you're going to have this on your test, and I want you guys to do so good. But you got to pay attention. We've really struggled with our learning abilities in this class and our study habits. And if we can improve that, your grades are going to improve. Okay? So remember, we learned in second grade, those of you that were here in second grade, we listen with not just our ears. What else do we listen with? No, we don't listen with our nose. What else do we listen with, Shane? Our eyes. Okay? If I am fully engaged in listening, now when I go to staff meeting and Pastor is up there and he's giving us directions as a staff, and by the way, this is not just going to help you with language. This is going to help you with your whole life. When someone is talking, we look at them in the eye. When you are introduced to someone, everyone sitting up straight and tall looking at me. When you are introduced to someone, okay, do you want to meet someone like this? Hi, I'm Mrs. Rule. Hi. Does that look like I'm really engaged in meeting her? No, the correct way is to look her right in the eye and say, hi, I'm Mrs. Rule. What is your name?
Savannah.
Very nice to meet you, Savannah. I'm looking her in the eye the whole time, okay? When we are fully engaged, now I would probably lose my job, or I would get in trouble, or at least have a meeting with Pastor if every time in our staff meeting he got up there if I didn't look at him when he was talking. If I just looked down, played with my pencil, flung something at my person sitting next to me, I wouldn't have a job very long, okay? So I'm trying not to teach you something just for 6th grade, but I'm trying to teach you maturity and life lessons, okay? This will help you. We listen with our ears. We listen with our eyes. We listen with our hands, okay? Because if we're always doing this, fidgeting with our hands, are we really paying close attention? No, we're focused on the click that I'm making with my pen, or I'm focused on that sound, okay? So we want to listen with our bodies, our hands still. Like right now, Adam's not listening to me because he's writing on his arm with his pencil. I could tell you right now he's not listening fully. So he's going to miss something. Because when we're listening, our eyes are looking up, our hands are still, our mouths are quiet. If we're talking, are we really listening? Okay, so I want you to listen with all 5 of those. And I don't want to have to go back to the basics with you guys, but I feel like I have to. So we're going to go back to give me 5. And when I say give me 5, that means your eyes are on me, your ears are on me, your hands are folded, you're sitting up straight and tall, you're not talking. That way I have full engagement, okay? Because we do not have one person in this class who's just acing everything so far, which means we're not listening, okay? Because we're going over a lot of stuff that's review from last year and the year before. So it should be something that's a little more easy to grasp if we're listening, okay? So Gavin, eyes on me, put that label down. If we have to go over, I feel sorry for you boys sitting at home, I apologize, but if we have to go over our lunchtime because I'm waiting so long for you guys to do right, then we'll just keep on teaching. Okay? Now I prepare, I study, I get the lessons ready. It's only fair if you guys listen and give respect, right? Yes, ma'am? Okay. All right, so we're going to go on. We talked about now, and just because I'm going on doesn't mean I don't want your eyes. I want your eyes up here. We're going to learn to listen the right way. Okay? We learned to capitalize. We just said months of the year, days of the year, titles, abbreviations, first word in a quote. What else do we capitalize, Tony? We always capitalize the word I. Say that with me, class. Always capitalize the word I. Say it again. Always capitalize the word I. Good. A lot of you still don't do that. You lowercase your I's when you're using the word I. We always capitalize the word I. Peyton, what else do we always capitalize? Names. Very good. Yes, very good. Names of people, names of places, names of things. We talked about a common noun and a proper noun. Remember, a common noun is like boy, girl. Proper noun would be Tony, Liviana. Common noun would be amusement park. Proper noun would be Disneyland. Okay, so whenever we have a proper noun or a name of something, we always capitalize it. Good. What else do we always capitalize? Ariel? The beginning of a sentence. Always. Some of you are still struggling with capitalizing the beginning of your sentence. Even on your spelling test, I'm seeing sentences that are started and they haven't been capitalized. Cameron, what else?
I.
We just said that, the word I? Yes. Yeah, we just talked about that. Titles, Mr. and Mrs. Doctor. Anything else? Yes, sir? Very good. Yes. We capitalize the brand. So if we have like Jiffy peanut butter, very good, Tony. We would capitalize Jiffy, but not peanut butter. Some of you missed that on your quiz in your book. You capitalized Jiffy peanut and butter. It wasn't that, but it was a brand with 2 words after it. Remember, if we have like Hershey's chocolate bar, we capitalize the brand name Hershey's, but not chocolate bar. Okay? So remember, the brand name is always capitalized. Very good. Anything else? There are a few others we can talk about. Yes, Savannah? The subject of a sentence? Well, it just depends on if it's a proper noun or not. Subjects are not always capitalized because you could have the subject of a sentence be cat or dog. It's not always capitalized. Yes? Books of the Bible. Very good. Okay, what else? Ariel? Very good. The name of a particular school course. Okay, would we capitalize the word math, class? Yes or no? No. But if it says Biology 101 or Algebra 1, we would capitalize it because that is the name of a particular course. Liviana? Okay, so languages, very good. Spanish, English, Portuguese, anything that is a language, we would capitalize. Okay, giving out tickets still. Who can think of something else we always capitalize? Yes, Landon? We already said months. Gavin? Were you raising your hand or stretching? Adam?
Like your aunt, uncle.
Okay, good. So Aunt, Bobby, Uncle, John, we would capitalize the aunt and uncle if it's part of their name. Okay, President George Washington, if it's part of their title, we would capitalize it. We always capitalize president when we know we're talking about what president, guys? The president of the United States of America. So even if we're not talking, his name's not in there, but we say the president went to the town hall meeting, we know they're talking about the U.S. president, we would capitalize it. That's the only exception. Now, would we capitalize the sentence? Would we capitalize general in this sentence? The general gave his soldiers instructions. Yes or no? No. It has to have the name after it. General MacArthur. Okay? So make sure you know the difference. Yes, Tony? You have another one? We just said that. Aunt or uncle, Aunt Sally, Uncle John. Tiles we've already said. Okay, well we kind of said that with proper names. When she said names, that can be the name of a person, a place, or a thing. So Calvary Christian School would be the name of a place. Streets, very good. Washington Street, we would capitalize the name of it and the word street. You have another one? We already got dates. I'll give you another one, okay, that we haven't said yet. Planets. Okay, Jupiter, Venus, Mars, we would always capitalize those as well. If we're talking about a Roman god, would we capitalize the word God? No. We only capitalize God if it's talking about the one true God. Okay? How about seasons? Winter, fall, spring, summer. Capitalize them, yes or no, class? How many of you say yes? How many of you say no? We do not capitalize the seasons. We do capitalize the holidays, but we do not capitalize the seasons. Okay, very good. Now let's talk about commas. Commas. Someone give me, for 2 tickets, when would we use a comma in a sentence? Liviana, how's that first? In a list of series, okay? I like to eat apples, bananas, oranges, and peaches. Who else? When else should we use commas? Peyton? That's what she just said, when you're listing something in a series. Savannah? Uh-oh.
I'll get back to you.
Shane? Yep, using dates, okay, October 12th, comma, 2020. We would use it after the day, in between the day and the year of a date. When else would we use comma, Tony? We already talked about dates, so you would use it after the day, and then if it's in the middle of a sentence, we would also use one after the year. Landon? We already talked about a list of things, people. What do you mean exactly by after a name? Just when it's a list? Is that what you were saying? Okay, what else? When you're talking about a person, like I saw Sally eating cake?
No, when you're talking to a person.
When you're talking directly to somebody. Sally, I saw you eat that cake. It's called direct address, when you're directly addressing someone, and it doesn't have to just be one individual. If I say class, make sure we're still paying attention, sitting up with our eyes on Mrs. Rule. Class was that direct address. I would put a comma after the word class. Ariel? Yes, we put it around parenthetical phrases. Very good. Can you expound upon what is a parenthetical phrase, Ariel?
However, of course.
Okay, good. But what does it mean, parenthetical?
Unnecessary.
It means it's not necessary, meaning we can do what to it, class? We could take it out of the sentence and it wouldn't change the sentence. I like pizza, of course, more than vegetables. Okay? Of course is parenthetical. It's not necessary. It's non-essential. I can take it out. Okay? Anyone else have another comma rule that we've not mentioned? Yes, ma'am.
When you're like in the middle of the sentence, like how you put it up, like on the board right there,
Okay.
like that.
Okay, what is it separating here? Do you know?
Like,
You're on the right track. Who can tell me? She gave an example here. What kind of sentence is this? Tony? It is a compound sentence, which means we have how many simple sentences? How many sentences do we have here? We have two. We have the first one, why is lemon juice made from artificial flavoring? And dish soap is made with real lemons. We have two sentences here being joined by a comma and a what? Conjunction. So we always use a comma in front of a conjunction when joining two sentences. Very good. And I think there's still another one we're maybe forgetting. Shane? Okay, good. That's kind of consider those parenthetical phrases. They're non-essential. So we already mentioned that. Well, yes, we would put a comma after them. Any other rules that we've forgotten here? Yes?
after yes.
That's what he just said. After well, after yes. After we've talked about after well, after yes, after non-essentials. Before direct addresses, after direct addresses. There's one more that we talked about we haven't mentioned yet. Ariel?
Like, dear so-and-so.
Okay, so that's at the greeting and the salutation of a letter. Dear John, love Ariel. Okay. There's still one more that we talked about. Yes, Tony?
Like, after, like, a street.
We already talked about addresses. After what?
No.
Yeah, it's still considered that non-essential phrase. No, yes, well. Good. Companies, dates. Josiah, can you remember the last one? Let me give an example. That was a cute, fluffy bunny. Liviana? That was a cute, fluffy bunny.
Any description?
Between adjectives. Gavin, go ahead and put that down or I'm going to take it from you. Between adjectives, when we have more than one adjective, okay, we would separate that with commas. Okay, I'm going to pass out this worksheet. It says insert commas where appropriate. These 20 sentences will have all of the rules that we just talked about. You're going to be entering commas in all of these. This is a work page I'm going to let you work on for a little bit. Before I hand this out, though, I want you to look at our board because this is our writing assignment today as well. So once you finish this, you can get on to your writing assignment, okay? Eyes up here. I've written on the board a couple of what we consider difficult connections. And as I was grading some of your writing tests, by the way, I want your eyes up here because some of the common mistakes that I found were in making these connections, these difficult connections. Another common error I saw where we weren't using our lines. Okay, some of us were writing way too big. Remember when we have our lines on our paper? Okay, when we're in 6th grade, we're not writing as large as we used to write when we were in 2nd grade, right? So remember that the top of our big letter should come up to not even all the way up to the top line. And then we need to have our lowercase letters need to be in proportion. Our lowercase letters should not be the same size as our uppercase letters. They should be smaller, right? Whether we're doing print or cursive, our capital letters should be larger than our lowercase letters. Okay? So we need to watch our size. We need to watch our slant. Okay? And then we need to watch some of these connections. As far as our size, I want you to see and I don't have enough room to write my next word, but you can see here that all of my lowercase letters, here's the hump of my H, my E, going across to my U and my E. They're all proportionate. They're all about the same size. My uppercase letters are all the same size, or the ones that go up to the top of where an uppercase letter would be. So make sure you're watching your size. A lot of you lost a lot of points on your test because we're not writing in proportion. We're not writing in the correct size. Some of you wrote way too small, okay? If this was your next line, I want you to see the comparison. Some of you wrote like this. Way too small in proportion to our line, right? Eyes up here. So we need to watch. We need to have it just the right size, not so large, okay? Some of us, your writing would have been more like this. Where some of your letters were going up over the line, they're really big, they're really spaced out, so we lost points, okay? So I want you to see too large, too small. Another problem here is our letters were so crammed together because we're writing too small. So some of you lost points on spacing, okay? So when we have the right size, it helps us also with our spacing. You'll see my letters are nice and spaced out. Which one of these three is easiest to read if you're looking at it and trying to read it? Which one? Class? The middle one, right? This one is the neatest, okay? So we need to pay close attention to our size and our proportion and our spacing. Now look up here, our difficult connections. When we're doing our O to our I, eyes up here, okay? We're going to start at the top of our O. We're going to come down, up to your pigtail, and you go right up to the top of your I and come down. Okay, some of you, I don't know how we're doing it, but we're not going into the top of our I. Okay, so make sure you're going straight from your pigtail into your I. Same thing with your R. You're going straight from the top of your O into the point of your R, come down and down. Now, I always would tell my second graders, it's kind of like a little smiley face on your R's. Some of you are making your R's like this. That's not an R. That looks like almost like a print N, okay? So it's important that you do your R's correctly. You slant up, come down a little bit lower, and down. See the difference between this and this? I will take points off if they're not formed correctly. Some of you lost points in your formations because we've forgotten how to correctly form our cursive letters. So today on your piece of paper, you're going to write oi, oil, boiling, or, orchids, order. And then you're going to write this sentence on your paper. There should be a question mark at the end. And that is your writing assignment for today. So I'm going to go ahead and pass out this language page. I want you to insert your commas first for practice for your test tomorrow. And then I want you to work on your writing assignment. You are copying this on a piece of paper for me. It will be graded as a homework assignment. So do your very best so we can pull up some of our writing grades. Yes, ma'am, Savannah. Okay, so what I want you to do is just try today, okay? And I will help you. I will show you how to do these letters, and then you can trace mine, and then you can try them, okay? Because I do want you to learn. It's okay. I'll write it on a piece of paper for you, and then you can just trace it and then try it on your own, okay? Yes, sir. Not right this moment, no. You can when we dismiss for lunch. You can bring it up. Okay, as soon as you get this language page, please start working on the language first, not your cursive. The language first. I know, I'm going to help you as well. So hold on to that. Have a spot somewhere where you won't lose them. You're going to put your name on the back of it. And then as we go through the week, you'll have a chance to earn more of these tickets. And then at the very end of the week, Mrs. Coral does a drawing, and then you get to win a prize. No, I can't give you that. Thank you for being honest. Josiah and Gianni, just take this time. I think you can see the board. You're going to copy your writing assignment onto a piece of paper, and then you can study for your language test or your spelling for the rest of the hour, okay? Yes. That is a homework grade, yes. You guys have about 10 minutes to work on these two assignments, and you can go back, those of you that have the book work, to work on your book work. Whatever's not finished will be homework. Okay, boys, I'm going to put this on seat work. If you have a question about anything, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead and log in on the comment section. If you have any questions, you can still comment even though it's on SeatWork slide. And then you're just copying. Oh, I can't put it on the SeatWork slide because you have to be able to see. Where's my writing? Why is it not showing? That's so weird. Just showing the old. It's not showing. I think you messed this up, bud. Somehow. You gotta watch your feet so these don't come unplugged. Josiah, can you hear me? For some reason it's not showing the current board, and I'm not sure why. So, Gianni and Josiah, I'm going to end the stream and I'm going to try to bring it back up. For some reason the camera is only showing the screen from math and not from language class. Like, I know you probably didn't see me this whole time, and I'm not sure why.